Hi Stampers, it's Elizabeth from StampScrapandMore.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Canada, and thank you for joining me today for another video tutorial. I am going to finish off the Rainbow of Happiness playlist by making a card not using the stamp set, but using the Brilliant Rainbow dies. So we are going to be using this large die from the Brilliant Rainbow die set. This is not carrying over into the annual catalog. But it is still active until the end of June. It's in the mini catalog. We are also going to be using the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper, which is no longer available, but if you have it, it was a free item from Celebration. If you have it, use it. If you don't have it, use any small scale Designer Series paper that you have with coordinating colors. That's the good thing about Stampin' Up! The colors coordinate together, so if you've got small scale Designer Series paper, you can use it. And this card is coming from Leanne Livingston. So I participated in a swap, and this is the card that she sent back in January. It's a beauty, and I've had it on my bookshelf. You might have seen it in some previous videos because it's been sitting up there. And now it's time to finish off the Rainbow of Happiness playlist by doing this card. So let's get overhead. I think, did I tell you? Yeah, we're going to be using the basic border dies, which, by the way, is carrying over into the new catalog. Yay! I love these. I've had them for a bit, and now that I've started using them, I really appreciate the detail that gives cards and projects. And then this is the die we're going to be using from the TaylorMade dies, TaylorMade tags. This is also carrying over into the new catalog. Sentiment I'm going to be using is from the Pansy Patch, and I'm going to be using Happy Birthday. And do I show you the card or don't I show you the card? It's a beauty. It's a beauty. So this is Leanne Livingston's card from the swap back in January. And I love it. I noticed I have a little bit of dirt on here on the cloud. I'm just going to take it off with my adhesive eraser. So this is the card. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. And I'm loving the clouds, loving the clouds. And we're also going to be using the brushed brass butterflies, the BBB. Okay, so this is a piece of Whisper White Thick. And I really stress the point that it's Whisper White Thick. You need that stability for a card base. 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, so what I've done is I have run 2 pieces of basic white through the die cutting machine using the cloud die, and one piece is like 2 1/2 and the other piece is 1 3/4. It really doesn't matter what angle you have them on, because one is going to get layered on like that, and you're just going to run it through. And they're 4 1/4 wide, the width of the card. And I've also die cut out the tag right here, so I've got those 2. Okay, so for the rainbows, I have die cut out using the, oh my gosh, Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper, but as I mentioned, you can use any small scale pattern that you have. And I'm just going by, so I've got 3, and you can actually make 3 cards. That's not the right size. There we go, it's that size. And then we need the yellow one. Okay, so those are the 3 that we're going to be using. Okay? But what I'm going to start off with first, I'm going to push those to the side. I've got my blending brush here, and I have my Balmy Blue. And I'm just going to layer in some of this pretty sky that she has here. And I'm taking a piece of grid paper out of the garbage because I don't want to mess up this one. So I'm going to just take, and I'm going to ink it up. This is the blending brush. I'm going to bring it off, and then I'm just going to rub it in. And you know, I like to do it less is more. You can always add. It's a little harder to take it away. And you probably are looking and going, Elizabeth, I can't even see it, but it's very, very faint. But it'll start appearing and it'll get darker the more I layer onto it. Now you can start to see the color happening. You can do it all in one go, but I just didn't want to ruin the card front in case it blobbed on. That's a technical term, by the way, blobbed on. And you can use a sponge brush, or a sponge, one of the sponge daubers, that's the word, sponge dauber as well. Okay, I think that's good. Now, if you wanted to, Leanne has left the clouds plain, but if you wanted to, you could, I'm just going to do it very lightly so you have the idea. I do like the clouds left plain, but I'm just going to take and put the blue onto the edge of the cloud as well. And it'll really fall into the cracks and crevices of the stitching. And let me just do the other one. And again, you can do it as light or as dark as you want. I love these border dies. I've used this in a previous card, a baby card. Maybe I'll post it up here if you wanted to see another sample of using that border die. Okay. Now we have the card base, and these are the rainbows. So the trick here is to make sure you get them all on the same line down here. You could, if you wanted to, put them against the edge like that. And that way there is no, you don't have to worry about them being straight. So put them on the edge like that. But I like how Leanne has them here just inset a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Just give me a second here, because I didn't do a very good job cutting this one. And it's got some frays on it. But it's going to get covered up on the bottom. So I didn't worry about it. Okay. I'm going to get my Tombow glue out. And put some adhesive in the Tombow glues just to give you, we all say this, some wiggle room. And actually this card is really quick to go together. I'm an eyeballer. Okay, and I'm going to do the next one down. And this. And I'm eyeballing it, then I'm keeping it even on the left-hand side. I'm going to wiggle it into place. I'm not going to worry about it if it's not even at the bottom because we've got the clouds, right? I loved this, and as soon as I got it from Leanne the Swap, I kind of put it on my shelf, and when I was finished doing all of the Rainbow of Happiness cards, tutorials, I knew I wanted to finish it off with this one. And the last one, like this. And then I think I'm going to start with new toys after this. Oops, I'm not very straight. Okay, so our rainbow's straight. All right, now I'm going to put this at the bottom like that. And it is going to be flush, so I am going to use Tombow glue, only so that I can get it up in all of these, the clouds. Alrighty. And just make sure it's even on the 3 sides, and that you can't see it from the inside. It's not going over the edge at all. And then this is going to get popped up. So you need some dimensionals. Put them in them, make sure you've got dimensionals in the middle. And like that. I told you this is really quick to come together. It's a beauty. And I'm going to match up the bottom and the left and right hand sides. Isn't that pretty? I love it, love it, love it. And now we've got the tag and the rainbow, the pansy patch and the Night of Navy. And I'm going to stamp happy birthday on this tag here. Let me just stamp it off. Make sure it's nice and even, yeah. And I had it nice and even. Happy birthday. And you know, Leanne hasn't, but I am going to pop this up. And put 3 dimensionals on it. Like that. And I have some white baker's twine and my scissors. I'm gonna make a little knot. I'm going to insert some music here so that there's no silence. Come on. The knot is twisting on me. Okay. And I'm just going to add it in there like that with a glue dot. I think this is so pretty. So pretty. And then last, a little bit of adhesive on there. There we go. And then last but not least, I'm going to put 3 of the brushed brass butterflies. And I'll put a big one and 2 little ones. Okay, tell me, is that not adorable? I loved her card. I loved Leanne's card so much. And there it is, recreated. And a little piece of adhesive right there. There we go. There we go. Oh, I've taken it off. Is that pretty? Love it. Love these scallop border dies, or these, what's it called? Basic border dies. It gives you a lot of options. And like I said, I'll post the video on the baby card I made using this, the border dies. Isn't that cute? Thanks, Leanne. It's a beauty. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you were inspired. Happy stamping, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.